Welcome to Poco News, your weekly source for most things Brawl Stars esports. Results, team updates, and the latest drama you won't want to miss. In today's video, we're diving headfirst into the absurd amount of changes that was South America's mid-year roster changes. Teams collapsing, orgs leaving, and even an import from NA. Firstly, a reminder of where we started. Let me remind you who we were watching at the beginning of the year. We had Loud with Edinho, Kaio Dog, and Trekin without Roll. Then we had FA Team, probably SK Kalalos, which was RHC, Pekka, Motep, and Roll. New Heights Gaming, which was Prosy, Portox, Wesley, and Paulo, their manager. And then they also had Killer, who's the coach of Tribe, who also helped them. Then we had Gallo Perro, which was Doritos, Loco, and Derp. And we also had Jubileo team, which was KR, Gawe, Jubileo, and then their coach Alchemical. And last we had X Alpha 7, aka Alguém Segura, which was Ice Crow, Bravao, Golden, and their coach Victor Ace. But during the year, 3 new teams climbed to the top 8. Alguém Segura, which is Dufa, an absolute OG player, who retired but decided to come back this year, and he teamed up with The Foot, who had his rookie season last year, and Redsin, who is a complete new name in Brawl Stars Championship. Soñadores, which is Drew, Lipsin, Magic, and Mbandi. All new players, but they had an experienced Tier A coach, Mbandi, behind them. And then in 8th place, we have Acre Lovers, which was Senin, Fire Murillo, and Satisfyer with their manager. Leading into the first monthly final, there were some changes. Firstly, Iskro, Bravao, and Golden and their coach AC got signed by Olimpo Squad, a Peruvian org that's been in South American Brawl Stars for years. Gallo Perro got picked up by Bounty Hunters, which was a primarily Counter-Strike organization that recently joined Brawl Stars. Jubileo, KR, Gawe, and Alchemical got picked up by Eternal. No surprises there. And the team FA Mini Pekkas with RHC, Pekka, and Motep with their coach Roll became SK Kalalas. But here's where the first drama hit SA this year. 2 of those teams, SK Kalalas and Eternal, made a swap. Christian from Eternal went to SK Kalalas, and Motep went the other way. This caused a decent-sized controversy in the SA scene because of something the owner/CEO of Eternal said. I'll put an info card up if you want the explanation. Those were the rosters heading into the first monthly final. The result of the monthly final were Eternal and New Heights Gaming won. And here's how the standings looked after the monthly final. Going into the second monthly final, Odyssey, a Clash Royale org, signed Soñadores, so Lipsin, Drew, Magic, and Mbandi got themselves an org, an instant upgrade for that team. And then, out of nowhere, Ice Crow got banned. Don't have the full details on why he got banned and couldn't play for the month, but it was probably for account sharing issues. Nevertheless, the result was that he couldn't play in the monthly final, a huge blow for his team. Still severely weakened, beat last month's winner, Eternal, in the quarterfinals. The winners this month, then, were New Heights Gaming and Loud. Therefore, the standing shifted again. Now, before the April monthly qualifiers, more moves happened, with New Heights Gaming playing through the monthly qualifier FA. Then, Bounty Hunters swapping Loco for Meliodas. That was Bounty Hunters' first big movement in April. But then, after Prosy's team qualified for the monthly final, Bounty Hunters signed the entirety of FA La Matanza. So Bounty Hunters basically changed twice in 1 month. Some people liked it, but most said it was sketchy. Once again, I'm going to leave you an info card with information on the situation. And then this is what happened in the monthly final, where, as you can see, Bounty Hunters and Eternal won the monthly final. And so, here you can see the standings pre-Brawl Cup. Post-Brawl Cup, Eternal and Bounty Hunters picked up decent points thanks to the competition. And so they decided that they were safe. Same with Loud. But SK Kalalos, Olimpo Squad, Toda Trupa por Dinero, Alguém Segura, Odyssey, and Acre Lovers, the results were not good enough. Not even close. So the changes started. And when I say changes, I mean a full-blown ROSTERMANIA. Let me walk you through this chronologically. First, SK Kalalos parted ways with Pekka. Not gonna say kicked because that's not confirmed, but they separated. Pekka was a free agent. Second, Olimpo squad dropped Ice Crow, the same Ice Crow who got banned earlier. Third, TTPD let go of Meliodas, so now Meliodas is also a free agent. SKC tried out 3 players, Ice Crow, Meliodas, and Loco. They ran scrims, they tested chemistry, but in the end, they made a shocking move. They signed Juan Carlos. Yes, that Juan Carlos. Imported him all the way from North America. That's huge. SA teams almost never import from North America. Meanwhile, Olimpo squad saw that Pekka was a free agent, the same Pekka that SKC just let go. And they picked him up immediately, as he is considered by many the most skillful player in the Americas. Then we have ROSTERMANIA. They were previously a part of Bounty Hunters with Loco. They ended up picking Ice Crow, seeing him fit for that role. Now let's talk about Elevate. This one makes me a bit angry. Elevate dropped their entire roster, RedZin, Rey the Foot, and Tufa, without even a goodbye post. The results weren't there, the roster got dropped. Typical Elevate. Then, Rey the Foot left, Tufa and RedZin, who stayed together. First, they tried playing with Loco, but that didn't stick. Then they pivoted and picked up Senin, who came from Akrilovers. So, Tufa and RedZin are playing with Senin. Now, Odyssey. Odyssey split to pieces. All 3 players, Drew, Lipsin, Magic, and their coach MFs.And, all became free agents at around the same time. Lipsin was the first to land. He joined Akrilovers because they needed a 3rd player, a solid pickup for Akrilovers. Drew and MFs stayed together as a duo. They ended up teaming up with Meliodas and Loco. Yes, Loco is back in the mix. And no, Loco did not end up playing with Nigam Segura, despite the roster reveal. As for Magic, he ended up forming a team with Rey the Foot and a less known player named Fantas. So that's where everyone landed. Chaotic, right? Now, to recap those rosters as they currently are by placement. So we currently have Bounty Hunters, Prosy, Bortox, Wesley, Killer as their coach, and Paulo as their manager, and Analyst, Eternal, who remains unchanged, except they will be heading into the monthly qualifier, FFA. Still, Jubileo, Motep, and Kawe, along with Alchemical, their coach. Loud also remains the same with Kayo Dog, Firecrow, Edinho, and their coach, Trekking. SKC is RHC, KR, and Juan Carlos. Olimpo squad picked up Pekka, becoming Golden, Bravao, Pekka, and Victor Ace. TTPD, Doritos, and Derp picked up Ice Crow. Nigam Segura picked up Senin, so becoming Tufa, RedZin, and Senin. Odyssey became Ryu, Meliodas, and Loco with their coach MFs. Akrilovers picked up Lipsin, becoming Satisfyer, Fire Murillo, and Lipsin. And lastly, Fantas, Rey the Foot, and Magic. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Bye!